look at the TI-30XS Multiview. This also works for the TI-34 Multiview. May have a little bit difference, but for the most part it's going to be the same. We're going to look at the statistical calculations with this. So when you're in the TI-30 Multiview, what you're going to do first is you're going to hit Data, and you're just going to enter your values, just your raw data in the first column. So let's say I've got 85, and I'll hit Enter, 74, 93, 25, okay. And then I'm going to hit Second Stat, and I'm going to do one variable. Notice my data that I entered was in list 1, and I just want the frequency for all of those to be 1. So I'm going to hit Enter, Enter, and then Calculate. My sample size is 4. My sample mean is my x bar. My S of x is my sample standard deviation. My sigma sub x is my population standard deviation. My summation of my x's, this is just my adding them all up, add up all my values. This is where I square each value and then add it up. This is my minimum value, my first quartile. This is the median of my data set. This is my third quartile. This is my maximum value. And then I go back. Now, if I want to use this for grouped data, where I have the class limits and everything, notice when I go back into data, my numbers are still there. So if I hit data again, it allows me to clear, and it allows me to clear whichever list I want. Well, currently I want to clear list 1. Okay. So grouped data, you want to enter your midpoints in list 1. So that would be like if your midpoint was 10, 20, 30, and 40. And then you would enter your frequencies for those classes in list 2. So maybe I have a 7, a 9, a 4, and a 12. Those would be my frequencies for those individual classes. When I go to Second Stat, I'm still doing one variable. We haven't gotten into 2 variables. We're still doing one variable. My data is still in list 1, but now my frequency is actually over in list 2, and I want to calculate. You'll notice that my sample size has increased from 4 to 32. That's because it calculated and added up the number in list 2, which was the frequency. Then you have the mean for the entire set, the sample standard deviation, the population standard deviation, the sum of all of those x values, the sum of each x value squared, the minimum value, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the maximum value. So this is how you would use the data and the stat mode on this calculator. Now, I kind of advise you to go ahead and clear all of your lists each time, just to be on the safe side whenever you get out of this. Okay. And then you can just hit clear and you're back into your calculation modes and go from there. Now, if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll be glad to help you.